Hello Internet, I'm Jackie Fox, and today I'm going to give you a couple of great reasons why you should be doing Raid Revival this week. And two of those reasons are the two new +6 pieces of armor. These are both very general pieces of armor in that they are armor and cloth respectively, so you're covering both bases there, and this can be a good set of your armor for use across all of your units. But they are also really well specified into defense and spirit respectively as well, which gives you a number of interesting options. Also, these are probably some of my favorite in terms of really being able to lock down a specific type of unit, or even in the case of the survival vest, being just generally one of the best pieces of armor. So, let's save the best for last and start with the Knight's Armor. So, Knight's Armor, as you will see, has a couple of possible builds. Looking at what I consider to be the best, you're going to go with the barrier build. That's going to be 842 HP, 6 defense, and 22 spirit, because you're probably going to want to stack, since this is going to be 15 magic attack resistance in all builds. That magic attack resistance shoring up this spirit is going to make it a lot more consistent, and I don't think that the spreads on a lot of other things are great. There is an argument potentially for people who are very, very high end that I want to talk about with both of these armor types, as defense and spirit are being more commonly penetrated. Maybe what you want to go for instead is a bit of the vital builds. I don't think that this is going to help most people in most places where we are in the 3rd generation. Maybe as some of that stuff becomes more standardized by like next year, or people who are playing in the very tippy top of the meta where they're only using the very newest units and DPSs, maybe in some cases the vital is already better, and maybe this is a thing that will be in the future, and maybe we get to that future and it's not even that good of a build then for other reasons. It's kind of hard to say, but with over 1200 HP, this armor packs a lot of HP in its vital build. But now, for the very best, Survival Vest is a cloth, which means it's going to be equipable by most people. There's no real restrictions on what cloth users can wear it, so, you know, most of the units in the game can put this bad boy on. And then looking at +6 stats here, I think the vital build is way more viable here, for one, because the defensive stats aren't quite as high, but also because this is a 15 single target resistance. 15, yes, that's pretty huge, and for such a rare and generally like great stat, because a lot of people could easily build for high AoE resistance. If you can back that up with also having high single target resistance, you're basically just becoming immune to damage in a way that is very difficult to deal with. Because I doubt that either of these things are necessarily going to see penetration, so they're very powerful resistances. And that also, I think, gives a bit more credence to a vital build here. Now, the HP is only 959, but again, having high HP and having high AoE and single target resistance are the best general ways to avoid taking having your HP depleted, at least, giving you higher effective HP. So maybe this particular piece of equipment in a vital build is just a really good generalist piece of equipment, and maybe if you have enough time for the raid revival, you could do both. But just remember, you're going to get, I think, 52,000 coins just off the bonuses if you do 20 runs. So get your friends together and do 20 runs together, all of you, all 4 of you, hit that qualification at the same time, cash in your 52 plus whatever you got for running the raid, and maybe you'll be able to buy one of these. But these are really great pieces of armor. Obviously, as you are raid farmable armor, they are really kind of the best power tier in the game. There are other things that you will be looking for also in the raid revival, though, by the way, to keep your mind open for. So let's actually take a look at that stuff. Okay, so here we are. A lot of good options. The best pieces of evasion equipment, especially in the game. If you haven't got those yet, or maybe you got a Yuffie, you really want the black garb for her. If you, especially for like magical, in that they or non-sword, because this is only equipable by units that can equip blades. But especially a lot of magical will want this because the defense penetration here isn't really relevant in the same way it is for the winter coat. But other than that, what you're really wanting to look at, there are some good options in here. Really, a lot of this stuff is pretty cool, but I think one of the other pieces, other than evasion gear, that people have been waiting on is this, your accuracy gear. This is also particularly cool to think about with Sephiroth, something that I kind of advertised as being cool with him at the time. So let's again take a look at those +6 stats. We are looking at 28 accuracy just on the ring itself in its AIM version. And then checking out what this bad boy does. Increases all elemental resistance by 5. Another 20 accuracy, which stacks excellently with that, and 15% critical rate. You could also potentially, if you aren't worried about the accuracy, I think that's arguably very much the better build. You could go for the critical build and stack that critical. Decent accuracy here, still 14, with another 17 from the critical rate, but I really think that the accuracy build on this is more valuable. And of all the stuff, this is, other than the +6s, maybe the thing that you might want to prioritize getting, unless you're running evasion, in which you might want to prioritize the black garb, or maybe supplementally for more magically oriented evasion units or non-bladed evasion units, you're going to want to go for the winter coat. Happy raiding, and I'll see you in the next one.